things. If you have some products that I don't have, Dad, you cannot use them. You are not allowed to use whatever that is.
Relax.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to my channel, BeeSoRandom. I am Bianca. It is nice to have you here. And here with me is my dad. Say hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
And we are here to celebrate Veterans Day together because we are both veterans.
U.S. Army.
And Air Force Reserve. Today we're going to be making his world famous vegan chili. If you are interested in seeing this recipe go down, please stick around. Quick disclaimer, guys, my dad is going to be looking away from the camera practically this whole video. Are you ready, Dad?
Ready.
What are we going to start with first?
Well, I usually take the crumble.
This is the meat I'm using because I don't have the meat my dad is using. I couldn't find it, so. And plus I like this better than, so a lot of people use a Beyond crumble, but I think this crumble tastes better. But what else?
I'm using 2 boxes of crumble because I like my chili thick.
I'm gonna use 1 box of crumble because my bag is bigger than yours. So in a nice sized pot, line it with oil and add your crumble. Just so we're clear, we're both doing this over a stove or over a burner. Now let's begin seasoning our crumble. We'll start with the Caribbean jerk. My dad is using McCormick's and I am using Urban Accents.
McCormick's Mesquite has a nice barbecue-ish type flavor to it. So you generously sprinkle that over the crumble too. Just covering the crumble up. They also make a bourbon and brown sugar. All right, so you get the bourbon and brown sugar, and you add that. Now you add your brown sugar.
How much of this are you adding?
Depending on the amount to make, I'm using a bigger pot, so I'm using about a half of this 1 pound box. This is about a half a pound I'm using.
There are no measurements in this household.
It's about, depending on the amount you're using. I'm so used to cooking in a large quantity because I'm used to cooking for a competition.
Now because of the brown sugar, as you start to stir, it may get a little soupy. Mine's did not, but I think that's attributed to the type of meat you use. Moving on.
And of course you have the Scotch bonnet peppers.
So we're going to chop up our Scotch bonnet pepper. We're going to chop it up really, really tiny, just like what's on my dad's knife.
Now, if you don't have Scotch bonnet, you can substitute for this. Now, you take your pepper, take about a half of what you chopped up, pour it in your hand. Then you generously sprinkle all around. You don't want it all in one spot. Now stir some more because you want to mix that all up throughout the crumble. Now, you use your dark beer. You can use Guinness Stout. I use Guinness Stout or use Yingling. Pour about half that bottle in there.
Half of this bottle?
Yeah, put about half the bottle. So my pot is bigger, so I had to pour a little bit more. Okay, so now you can add your tomato sauce. I use Prego.
I'm using this stuff right here because this is what I had in my house. So after a little taste test, I decided to add the rest of my Scotch bonnet pepper. I needed a little extra kick. So I use my whole pepper right now because I like my food semi-spicy, so I use my whole Scotch bonnet. So now we're going to add our wet jerk seasoning. My dad is using Walker's Wood and I'm using Grace. Now add 2 heaping teaspoons of that jerk and mix well. And do another taste test. Now to thicken up your chili, you're just going to add 1 small can of tomato paste. Mix well.
Now it's time. I add my crushed tomatoes or diced tomatoes.
I chose not to use the whole can of diced tomatoes. There's about 1/4 of a can left. Let's add black beans.
Your kidney beans. And then last but not least, I use Bush's baked beans. You use any brand that you want. I prefer Bush. And you just mix all that in there. Now this has to cook down for about 20 minutes or so the beans can start getting soft. Your bell peppers that you can chop up. Me, I become lazy. I buy them pre-cut.
This man. I dice my peppers up all by hand and put them in a pot.
Take out a spoonful and look at it. And you'd swear it was ground beef. And my meat eaters love this. So you let it cook for about 20 minutes or so the beans can soften up. Then you taste it and you see if you need to add anything extra. Any extra spice or any extra brown sugar. And that's pretty much it. Some people buy the vegan cheeses. So you can put cheese on it. A lot of people like cheese and sour cream. So I try to get the vegan cheeses for my vegan people to keep them happy.
So I'm going to let this cook down for about, what, 20 minutes covered?
Yeah. Covered or uncovered. I usually leave mine uncovered so I can see.
Okay, I'll leave it uncovered too. So while my chili is over here cooking its little heart out, I'm going to get started on some sweet cornbread. This is probably my favorite type of cornbread. So just follow the directions on the back of the chi-chis. Okay, so now that the chili is all done, my dad is not vegan, so what'd you add? Sour cream?
I added cheese and sour cream and my tortilla scoops.
And I'm eating my chili with some chi-chis cornbread. All right, Dad, so should we do our taste test?
Let's go.
My parents are in New York. I am in Minnesota, and this is why we are doing it this way. So, all right, let's dig in.
Okay.
This is really good.
Came out pretty good. First you get the sweet, then you get the heat.
Yep, exactly. I could have used just a little bit more spice in mine.
You can always add extra spice now. Cut up the rest of that pepper, add it in and mix it up.
You know what was interesting to me? In your chili, you don't use chili powder. It's really good. And I was kind of waiting for like the chili powder teaspoon, a half a teaspoon, quarter teaspoon.
No, I don't believe there's a need to, because we're using the Scotch bonnet peppers and all the other seasonings that have spice in them. I don't think I need for chili powder to make it any spicier. You know, the Scotch bonnet pepper and the jerk seasoning made it spicy enough.
Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And like always, I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye!
That was cute.